Diego Pavia may have changed the way college eligibility is viewed when it comes to college football, after he earned a temporary injunction giving him a 6th year of college eligibility for now, after taking the NCAA to court over an antitrust lawsuit. Some are acting as if the sky is falling when it comes to college football, but I don't think that's the case. Let me explain why. But before we get into this, if you enjoy college football content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, let me know whether you think the court made the right decision in the comments section below. Before we talk about the ramifications of everything and my thoughts on the situation, let's first go over who Diego Pavia is. Diego Pavia is originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and played high school football at Volcano Vista High School. Coming out of high school, Diego was a 0-star recruit who only had Division II offers. He had just led Volcano Vista to an 11-0 record and to the 6A semifinals, would not even be offered by his in-state schools of New Mexico and New Mexico State. He was a 3-sport athlete playing football, baseball, and wrestled. Rather than go the Division II route, Diego would choose to walk on at New Mexico Military Institute, a JUCO school that produced Spring League football legend Jordan Ta'amu. The New Mexico Military Institute is not a glamorous school, earning the nickname the Grindhouse, or NIMI, and is located in Roswell, New Mexico, in an extremely isolated area. It is a junior college military academy that focuses on discipline all the time. Diego's high school buddy and now NIL marketing agent Adrian Tenori, who played with him at NMMI, explained, "Get up for formation at 5 every morning, ready to go with your uniform on, march to breakfast, and go about your day. They don't call it the Grindhouse for no reason. It's unexplainable. Go to bed, wake up, make your bed, go to practice, go to school. I guess you'd say the perfect lifestyle, right?" Diego paid his way there and was originally being used all over the field coming into the season as a 3rd-string quarterback. During the 2020 season, Pavia would be a part of a 3-man quarterback rotation at the school, going 5-4 and played the entire season in Texas because of COVID. Following the season, head coach Joe Forkner would step down to help his wife who was dealing with breast cancer. She has since recovered and remains the Broncos volleyball coach. During the 2021 season, Diego would develop into more of a dual-threat quarterback, throwing for 1,728 yards, 21 touchdowns to 1 interception, and rushing for 658 yards on the ground as he led the Broncos to the NCAA National Championship. Heading to the National Championship game, New Mexico State was planning on offering Iowa Western's starting quarterback, but they were so blown away by Pavia, who threw for 2 touchdowns and rushed for another score in their 31-13 win. Offense coordinator Tim Beck explained, "As we're watching the game and we're looking at each other, we say, we're recruiting the wrong guy. You talk about a football playing machine. This guy, that's what he does. He wants the ball in his hands. He wants to be in the moment. He's not afraid of anything. I've had some tough quarterbacks over the years, but he's one tough cookie both physically and mentally." His hometown school, New Mexico, which was 10 minutes away from where he grew up, still never offered him. Pavia decided between New Mexico State and Jackson State, choosing to stay in his home state to play against his home school. Pavia was actually caught on video last year of him urinating on the midfield logo of the Lobos indoor facilities. His former JUCO coach explained, "When he peed in the indoor, he's from there. He's from Albuquerque. He would have been playing 10 minutes from his house. It was kind of insulting, really. Just a complete lack of interest. They weren't even recruiting him as a walk-on." In 2022, Diego struggled at first and was playing with an injury his coaches did not know about. Beck explained, "He struggled in the beginning. He had an injury I didn't know about. He kind of kept that to himself. We went back and forth. No one really wanted to take the job. It was a hard evaluation when your offensive line is trying to block Minnesota and Wisconsin and Missouri. It's hard to get a good evaluation on the quarterback. Came to a point where I thought he had something different." Pavia took over the job when the Aggies were sitting at 1-5 and led them to 6 wins in their last 7 games, helping them make their 2nd bowl game since 1960. Last year, they would win 10 games for the first time in 60 years, including a major upset win over Auburn on the road. But due to their success, 50 players of the 117 players on their roster chose to transfer, and Beck left for Vanderbilt. Head coach Jerry Kill followed a few weeks later, tired of the fundraising, NIL, and roster retention times. Kill landed a job as the chief consultant to the head coach and offensive advisor. At the time, Pavia was silently committed to Nevada, but would flip to Vanderbilt to follow his coaches. Vandy general manager Barton Simmons explained, "The way Tim described Diego to us, as far as him and his character and his intangibles that he brought to the team, really made it where it was a no-brainer to add him regardless of what the tape looked like. He was super productive. But what he really had done is he'd willed his team to level up. We weren't going to turn down bringing the type of player and competitor into that building. Pavia led Vanderbilt to a 6-6 record, including a huge upset win over Alabama back in October, when the Tide were the #1 team in the nation and beat Auburn a second time. The Bama win was Vanderbilt's first top 5 win in program history and their first win over them since the 80s. What makes the story even more interesting was the fact he decided to file a lawsuit against the NCAA, claiming his time in the JUCO ranks should not be counted towards his 4 years of eligibility. Pavia's team, led by lawyers who went to Vanderbilt, argued that the rules under the Sherman Act were not fairly applied to former junior college players. I'm no lawyer or law student, so take what I say with a grain of salt. But the Sherman Antitrust Act of 1890 was the first measure passed by the US Congress to prohibit trusts. Any combination in the form of trust or otherwise that was in restraint of trade or commerce among the several states or with foreign nations was declared illegal. Pavia's court challenged the fact that he started his career at the JUCO level. He received no offers coming out of high school. The loss of eligibility because of playing at the JUCO level cost Pavia NIL opportunities others may have had. U.S. District Judge William L. Campbell wrote in his verdict that the NCAA should no longer count years playing at the junior college level against players' eligibility, saying, "With Pavia as quarterback, Vanderbilt has seen historic success. Vanderbilt beat both the University of Alabama and Auburn University, and the team will be playing in a bowl game for the first time since 2018. Those familiar with college football appreciate this remarkable accomplishment." Pavia estimates that he could earn over $1 million in NIL compensation in the 2025-26 season. Given the different treatment of other student athletes with comparable or more post-secondary experience, the NCAA's assertion that the eligibility rules are necessary to prevent age and experience disparities and preserve the quality of experience for student athletes falls flat. Pavia will begin a master's program for legal studies at Vanderbilt in January. This opens up a can of worms for college football, and if you listen to most people, they feel the sky is falling from what I've seen. Others have tried to not have their JUCO status count towards their eligibility in the past, but their waivers were denied by the NCAA. Pavia and Vanderbilt took it up a notch by filing a lawsuit in court. The NCAA will probably continue to fight this as well, as they don't agree with the court's decision, but for now, Pavia will have a 6th year of eligibility. The key thing is, this injunction only applies to Pavia right now, to my understanding, and not every former JUCO player, but it could have a lasting effect on JUCO players in the future. Wednesday's decision is not a final ruling on the case, but it prevents the NCAA from keeping Pavia out of college football until the case is resolved. The NCAA and National Junior College Athletic Association are separate entities, but the NCAA uses the NJCAA for its own eligibility clock. A lengthy legal process is expected to play out in the coming months that could still impact the decision. If the process in the end goes Pavia's way, I don't know if it will affect college football the way everyone thinks it will. I don't see the type of player choosing to go the JUCO route changing, as it's not an easy way of life. The JUCO route is a tough route, as we have seen through documentaries like Last Chance U, and from what I have covered and researched on this channel in the past. A 5-star recruit is not going to go the JUCO route for an extra year or 2 of eligibility, but we could see more guys bet on themselves if they are under-recruited as 2- and 3-star recruits, guys who have the preferred walk-on spots at the Division I level, or just have lower-level offers. With the change, especially with the roster limits as well, more high school players may be forced to go this route if they want to continue their college career at a higher level, but I don't foresee a lot of guys going out of their way and choosing to go the JUCO route for extra eligibility. Remember when everyone thought college basketball was going to die when guys started to go the G League route over college? For a lot of them, the risk did not pay off, and the JUCO route and G League route are similar lifestyles, with the JUCO route being an even harder one, and even if the eligibility does not count for JUCO players, I don't foresee it changing much other than helping players out. We already have parents choosing to hold their children back in 8th grade, be a year older when they enter high school, and there is the prep school route some guys go instead of the JUCO route that doesn't count towards eligibility. This is going to be interesting to watch play out, but the sky is not falling for college football and recruiting right now, at least in this aspect. But what do you think? Should the NCAA count JUCO years towards player eligibility? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos YouTube thinks you will love right here. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.